Hello doctors. 9.4 competency is all about female reproductive tract. Like the previous video 9.3, here also we are going to speak about the anatomy and the basics of female reproductive system, how the gametes are developed, what is the basics of ovarian cycle, how uterine cycle happens, that's all. We are not going to go deep into hormones, right? So we will be exclusively discussing hormones in another competency. So here this is all about the basics of female reproductive system, ovarian cycle, uterine cycle, and hormones and axis involved in regulating these functions, right people? What you are supposed to learn in this competency is again the basics, functions of ovary, control functions, menstrual as well as uterine cycle, ovarian cycle guys. To begin with, female reproductive system. The external genitalia is vagina, which leads into cervix. Cervix leads into uterus. Here we have body of uterus, and body of uterus goes to form fallopian tube. Fallopian tube is placed very close to the female gamete ovary. Female gonad ovary doctors. Alright. So it starts from the external genitalia, vagina, cervix, uterus, fallopian tube, and finally the female gonad, that's going to be ovary doctors. External genitalia as such has got labia majora, and inside which there is going to be labia minora. Vaginal opening is governed by a membrane called hymen. The adipocytes that gets deposited makes the vulva looks elevated, and that's called as mons pubis, and the mucosal enlargement is clitoris. Just above the vaginal opening there is going to be urethral opening guys, and that's going to be the external genitalia appearances. Coming to functions, like we discussed in male reproductive system, the functions of ovary, the gonad, female gonad ovary is going to be number one, production of gametes, that is nothing but oocytes. Number one, production of gametes. Number two, conversion of androgen into estrogen. 2 points here guys. Number one, the granulosa cells, so called granulosa cells of ovary, they don't have a capability to synthesize estrogens straight away. All the estrogens, or in a precise way, majority of estrogens that gets formed in a ovarian stroma or a converted form. The initial production is androgens, and in the presence of enzyme aromatase, that androgen gets converted to estrogen, and that's another function of ovary. So rather than producing estrogen directly, ovarian cells are essentially involved in converting androgen into estrogen doctors, alright. So that's function number 2. Like testes, the way we studied in competency 9.3, it is also involved in hypothalamo-pituitary gonadal axis in regulating reproductive functions and sexual characters. That's 3 functions of ovary guys.